A vision statement is supposed to be like the North Star, serving as a light that guides your organization into the future. Today we're going to talk about how you can put together a great vision statement that unifies and inspires your team to help you achieve that future that you dream of. You know what gives vision statements a bad name? Stuff like this. Develop, deploy, and manage a diverse set of scalable strategic knowledge management tools to serve our customers, improving the possibility of overall satisfaction among our diverse customer profiles. Are you inspired yet? Are you clear on the direction we're headed? Me neither. Maybe this will help. Now, does the pretty picture get you energized or give you a better idea of where we're supposed to be going? I didn't think so. What does it even mean? Why have such a thing? I guess the boss can check the vision statement block because you're supposed to have one, but mostly it just teaches us all to ignore vision statements wherever we see them. The point of a vision statement is to help your team visualize what you want the future to look like in a way that unifies and inspires them. Like that great philosopher Yogi Berra once said, if you don't know where you're going, you'll end up someplace else. The idea behind a vision statement is to be clear about where you're going. At Lifehack, Kristen O'Donovan likens it to a photograph of your future business. When you have a clear idea of what you look like in the future, it helps you make the right decisions now to help you get there. And not only does a good vision statement help you, it can help everyone on your team. If everybody is on board and understands where you're going, they can use that vision statement to guide decisions at every level, from factory floor to the CEO and everything in between. Sound like a good thing to have? Sure. So let's break it down a bit, and I'll give you some examples of what good vision statements look like. The best ones to me all seem to have most of the same characteristics. First, they're clear. Anyone can read and understand it immediately. You don't need to be an insider or have an MBA to know what they're talking about. Second, they're simple. Not a lot of mumbo jumbo or complex phrasing. The best are simple, declarative, straight to the point. They're also aspirational. They define a better place, a better future. They describe something everyone can get behind and believe in. Think big, go after it. They're also visual. They're written so you can clearly see in your mind what the future can look like. And they're future casting. They describe your organization in terms of the future, what it looks like 5-10 years from now. When you combine these elements, you come up with a clear statement of what you want the organization to look like in the near future. A great technique for figuring out what to write is to imagine a national magazine writing an article about your organization 5 years from now. Think about what you'd want them to say and go from there. When putting your statement together, it's a good idea to have your key teammates collaborating with you on this. Maybe work in small groups to come up with ideas, then compare those thoughts to develop the best statement. Just be sure to bounce the final result against the criteria we just talked about, so you don't end up with a forgettable poster up on the wall that everyone's going to ignore. Once you have a vision statement, what do you do with it? You got to keep it alive, visibly in front of you, and remind your team regularly. Refer to it before making decisions, both big and small. Ask if what you're doing right now leads you towards or away from that ideal future, and let that guide your actions. As Beth Miller points out over at Executive Velocity, the job of the leader is to communicate to the team how their effort is living up to that vision. Remember, a vision statement isn't just something you're supposed to have, it's something you need to use to guide your organization to its potential. Now it's time for you to get busy and relook your organization's vision statement, or if you don't have one yet, move that to the top of the priority list. And if that vision statement I read earlier happens to be from your organization, maybe you can send the boss a link to this video, help them out a bit. I hope you found this video helpful wherever you are in your leadership journey. If you did and you're watching on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe. And for lots more practical and leadership tips and techniques you can put into action right away, be sure to subscribe over on my main site, rapidstartleadership.com. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.